All right, so let's talk fuel economy on the Svartpilen 401. So there's a little bit of back and forth when it comes to this topic. I'm hearing a few different things. Now I know the size of this tank. It's a 9.5 liter tank. So it's not the hugest tank. It's about, I would say, probably $12 for me to fill it, which is pretty good, and I fill it with premium, so that's not bad. But it's not a huge tank, and so what I'm finding is that this kind of leads into the other problem. Is one thing I've heard about this bike. Now, you guys can comment if you know more than me, but I don't know too much about it. But I have heard that the fuel gauge is not super accurate on this. So what's weird is that I'll fill the tank and it'll say that I've got 200 kilometers worth of fuel, and then I'll get down to maybe a half tank, and then it'll say I have like 80 kilometers of fuel or something, and then as it goes lower down, it says that there's less kilometers left on the tank. But the problem is that, like, with this tank, I mean, even if I open this, it'd be hard to show you. It's because it's kind of a weird shaped tank. But it's really hard to just even shake it and see how much gas is in there. So, I mean, that's one thing. I mean, it's a small bike. I mean, it's not exactly like it costs you a fortune in gas or anything. But it is the one thing that I'm noticing is the fuel gauge is a little bit weird, so I don't think it's super accurate. And so the thing is, every time I'm filling the tank, I'm assuming it's empty because my fuel gauge says so, but who knows? Maybe I have more fuel in there and I could go a lot further. But again, it's not really one of those things that you want to risk. I don't exactly want to run out of gas on the side of the road just to figure out how many kilometers I can get. But if you are wondering, according to what I've been going on with the fuel range, I have been averaging in the city about 160 kilometers a tank, which for a small tank is, not too bad, right? It's also not a tiny engine. It's not like a 250 or a 200. It is, quite a bit bigger than that. So, like I said, it's not too bad, but it is a small tank. So something to keep in mind.